Hi, good day. I'm Tony James by name. I'm glad to be reaching out to you again today. And today I want to be talking specifically on the story of the pipeline. The story of the pipeline. Please follow me closely as we share this story together. There is a village that has a little population, and this village they have one major problem, and the problem is there is shortage of water. The only time they have water is when there is rainfall. And so one day the village elders came together and decided they want to find a lasting solution to the problem of the village. So they decided that they are going to mold a well into this in the center of the village and get contractors that's going to be filling the well with with water that is going to be readily available for the villagers to use. And so they requested that people should come and bid for the contract. Of course, quite a number of persons came out for the bidding. Eventually, two persons won the bidding, and that's a Bill and Edmond. And so when they won these contracts, they gave it out to them, to the two of them. And so they start work. Now, immediately they got the contracts. Bill launched out immediately, went ahead to go and get two galvanized buckets, and then straight away to the stream. Before the villagers wake up in the morning, Bill had already filled the village well with water. Oh, what a hardworking young man! And he was faithful with what he was doing, actually. You know, filling the well with the village well with water in the morning, just to make sure that there is water there every time the villagers need water. All this while, Edmond was nowhere to be found. And so Bill was very excited because he is the only one that is making all the money. And so he was having a nice time doing his business. Don't forget, he had to go to the stream every time, two galvanized buckets, fetch water in it, bring it back to the village well, and pour it there before the villagers wake up. And so, for a period of 6 months or more, and suddenly, Edmond showed up. And when Edmond showed up, something great happened. Something very spectacular happened. When he showed up, he came with some very fantastic idea, which is what I'm going to be sharing with you again this moment. When Edmond returned back, he came with about 5 or 6 steps of actions I wanted to take from his own side in providing water for the villagers of the contract which he already won. Now, follow me closely. What was the first thing he did? Edmond wrote a business plan. He wrote a business plan. Secondly, he created a corporation, a company. He incorporated an organization. Thirdly, Edmond attracted investors to the company he incorporated. And then the fourth thing he did was he employed managers who was going to do the work. Did you get that? He employed managers who is going to do the work. The fifth thing, he built a construction company. He built a construction company. And then he built a pipeline. All of this within 1 year. He built a pipeline that connected the stream straight directly to the village well. I think a round of applause for Edmond. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you Bill or Edmond? Look into your business you're doing. Look around your business. Are you like Edmond or you're like Bill? Look at the strategic steps that Edmond took. He wrote a business plan, created a company, attracted investors, employed managers to do the work, built a construction company, and then he built a pipeline connecting the stream to the village well. And I built something very, very unique again. You know, if you have a business and you don't know what is your USP is your unique selling point. You need to know what is your USP, you need to know what is your unique selling point. So Edmond did something. He made an announcement all over the village and said, hey everyone, I'm going to launch my new business. And while I'm launching this new business, I'm going to be doing something very, very special for every villager. What was that? Bill said he's going to give them 25% discount of what, Edmond said he's going to give them 25% discount of what Bill was charging them. So if Bill was charging them let's say $100 for per time he brings water to the stream, Edmond said he's going to charge them 75%. $75. That's 25% reduction on what Bill was charging them. That's one. That's unique selling point one. Again, he told them that from supplier of his own water, they can be guaranteed of clean, water at all times. Why? Because the water is passing through the pipe and he gets the water directly from the stream to the well. And so all the villagers, everybody run after Edmond. You can pick your lessons from it. And so in a bid for, Bill wanted to compete with Edmond. He had to increase the number of buckets he has to 4. Even at that, he still has to go to the stream. He wakes up early in the morning more so they can get water for the villagers. After some time, he was under pressure because he has issues with people that are working around with him. He couldn't pay them because he wanted them to do more work than what he can actually pay them, because he wanted to meet up with the scale and compete with Edmond. But it's just too late. I want to ask you this question again. Are you Bill or Edmond? What structures are you putting in your business? What structures, what growth strategies have you put into your business? You need to think about that today. Put a structure around your business you are doing. Now, before I bring this video to an end, let me give you these tips again. This one is an additional tip for you, which is how to raise capital in business. This is one area entrepreneurs find a little bit difficult, especially when it comes to the issue of raising funds and all of that. But how do you raise capital in business? I break it down to three for you. Number one, you raise capital through customers. You raise capital through customers. Now, how do you do that? That begins with having a good product or service. Because in the first instance, that is what is going to attract your customers to come to you. If you don't have any good product or service, you don't even need customers in the first place. I've met a lot of people, saying that, oh, they needed somebody to give them money to start a business, they needed somebody to give them money to start a business, and all of that, and all of that. And my candid advice to them has always been, the first thing you need is not investors. The first thing you need is not even capital. The first thing you need is customers. If you can get enough people to buy what you are selling, then you are going to raise capital. Don't have an inferior product, or don't offer an inferior services to people, and a service, a product you are not even proud of yourself, and then you're saying you don't have customers. No. You need to have a solid product. You need to have a solid service, because this is the first thing. This is the bait that's going to attract the customer. So the number one thing you need when you want to raise capital for your business is you need customers, which boils down to selling. It's one thing for you to have good products, and it's another thing for you to be able to sell. You've got to sell. So go all out. Make sure you get as many customers as you can to patronize your business. So that's the first thing. How to raise capital. You raise capital in business through customers, which is a function of your product or your service. Whatever thing you're selling, get it very well. I can't emphasize that more. Number two, where do you raise capital? You raise capital from employees. Now, this is the game plan. The moment you start having customers, the moment you start getting traffic to your business, you start getting traffic to your product, to your services, the next thing for you to do is to employ people. You might not necessarily have to employ large number of people at a go, but get few hands to support the administrative work you're doing. And like I always advise my clients, and I said, whenever you are getting people, their primary aim is to sell. Their target is to sell. Because even you, that you are the owner of the business, your number one target is to sell also. And so you don't need to get people and then just put them up on board and then let them just sit back in the office. No. Once you are employing people, the target is you employ them to get on the field and get more customers. That's it. And then for you to raise capital there, it simply implies that every employee must produce 10 times what they have been paid. Yeah. Every employee must produce 10 times what they are being paid. So the sole assignment of getting your employees, getting more staff, is for sales. Let everybody get on field. Everyone get on field is on sales. Now, the third place where you can raise capital is investors. Now, I have a little diagram here. You see, investors don't come to invest in your product or your services. I'm going to tell you what investors invest in. Investors, they invest in your management team. And what makes up your management team? They are your staffs, people working around with you and all of that. So when the management team, when an investor comes around, it looks at your management team, it looks at how the structure in place, it looks at your client's database, it looks at your the structure you have around you. Do you have a business plan at all, for example? It looks at your management team, how experienced are they? Ultimately, it looks at your turnover. You've been in business for 1 year, 2 years, or thereabouts. Let's see your turnover. What have you been able to do without anybody investing in your business? So these are the things that it's not the beauty of your product or your service that an investor comes to invest. No, 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 no. It's your management team, your structure, your sales volume, your turnover, your clientele base. Those are the things that investor looks in. Don't forget, it begins from your product and your service. Once you have a good product, you have a good service, you offer a good product, I mean, you have a good product, or you offer a good, very excellent service. The next thing is look for people to buy what you're selling. Sell to them. Sell. Look for people to buy. By all means, by all costs. Look for people to buy. Get more customers. So once you get more customers and you see that you really, now it's time for you to expand, the next thing for you to do is to get more staff on board. And the essence of getting them on board is to also go and get more customers. And then when you do that, you see that investors is going to actually come around you. So I want to believe, please, if anything, if you've learned anything at all, drop it in the comment box. Whatever thing you have learned, drop it. Let me see what you actually pick from this video today. Don't forget, if this is the first time you're watching this video, I'm Anthony James by name. Please like to subscribe to this channel, like, and also share this channel to people around you that is going to be beneficial of it. Till I come your way next time again, stay blessed and don't give up.